Hi, everybody. My name is Elon Justice. I am a documentary filmmaker and writer, originally from Pikeville, Kentucky. My full-time gig is as a producer at Kentucky Educational Television, where I mostly focus on stories about Appalachia, where I'm from, as well as other underrepresented communities in Kentucky. But what I'm going to be talking about today is more of my passion project, which I started while I was a student at MIT. And that is called the Appalachian Retelling Project. So what is the Appalachian Retelling Project? The best way that I can kind of describe it is it's a digital collective documentary project. And what does that actually mean? It's hosted on a website, and it includes media like videos, photos, essays, audio recordings, other digital media. By collective, I mean it includes media that's made by many different people, and there's no need to be a professional storyteller to participate. And it's a documentary. We're sharing true stories, no fiction is on the website, and it can be from your own life, the life of your family, or your community. Here is a screenshot of the homepage of the website. The goal of the Appalachian Retelling Project is to challenge stereotypes and shed new light on Appalachia by sharing honest and nuanced stories about life in the region from a variety of perspectives. And I think anyone who's from the region or has experience in the region can probably agree that stories about Appalachia and kind of the prevailing narrative of the region generally comes from people who do not have much experience with the region, who have not lived there, who have not spent a significant amount of time there. So our goal is to allow people from the region to kind of take back that narrative with their own stories. So Appalachian Retelling uses a lot of co-creative elements. William gave a great overview of what co-creation was earlier, but a few things to note that are relevant. So co-creation is an alternative to single authorship. Like I said, I am not the only creator of Appalachian Retelling. We get submissions from many different people. It comes from within communities, so people from Appalachia are generally the ones who participate. And so we're not telling stories for or about Appalachia, but with people in Appalachia. And then projects evolve from people and process. So we consider and incorporate many different viewpoints and forms of expertise from people who participate. Here are a few examples of topics and formats that we have on the website. So some topics that we've got stories on they vary from quilt making to growing up as a child of immigrants in Appalachia. We've got religious traditions, family history, Black history in Appalachia, education, things like dialect and accents, and then talking about media representation of Appalachia itself. A couple examples of different formats that we have are videos, photo essays, written essays, poetry, art, podcasts or audio, and then recently we've started hosting workshops and in-person conversations. But to bring it back to this theme of civic imagination, if you consider the project as a whole, what we're trying to really do is reframe the narrative of Appalachia through insider perspectives rather than outsider perspectives. So we're including many different viewpoints from people from all walks of life. And so all of these thoughts are kind of in conversation with one another on the website. And not everybody agrees, which I think is really interesting. And then, so when you consider maybe individual stories, things that you'll see people doing are talking a lot about the past. But when they talk about the past, people are willing to, some people kind of want to romanticize, the past of Appalachia. But a lot of people actually are really willing to think about what wasn't going well for some groups of people in the past and how could things be better. Other things that people do is talk about the future. So certain prompts that we have on the website for submissions include, what could the future of Appalachia look like, and what should it look like? What would be different, and what would be the same? And kind of just bringing it all to life, here's an example. We're kind of in the early stages of a project where we're thinking about the future of abandoned mine lands in Appalachia. So what could be the future of that land, and what role do memories and stories of the past play into what that future could look like? I wanted to keep this short. So if you're interested in following along, you can check us out online at the AppalachianRetellingProject.com. I apologize for the long URL. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and we always welcome submissions. So if you're interested in being part of it, let me know.